What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. The Seiko SKX. I could probably dedicate a whole channel to the Seiko SKX because it is such an important watch. Well, to me anyway. You see, for myself and for many other watch enthusiasts, the Seiko SKX is kind of like a gateway drug. You know, growing up, I've always been around watches. My dad always had really cool watches, and I've always wanted to pick one out and get one for myself. So when I finally got the Seiko SKX007, well, we all know what happened after that. I became the time teller! It's 4:29 p.m. Let's get down to business. Yes, indeed, I am quite fond of this diver, but what if I told you there was something better? What if I told you that the watch that beats the Seiko SKX is a Seiko SKX? The Seiko SKX013, or 013, or 13, whatever you want to call it. If the Seiko tuna has the baby tuna, then the Seiko SKX has a baby SKX. You see, it's got a 37mm case instead of the whopping 42.5mm. It's still got an ISO rated case. It's got the same movement, the 7S26 movement. The overall design is actually exactly the same as one of these Seiko SKX007s, except for a different second hand. So why do I think the Seiko SKX013 is better than the 007? Well, I'll give you 5 reasons right now. It's less intimidating, okay? I am honored to say a lot of you have told me you've purchased SKXs after hearing me talk about them so often, but I've also heard a lot of concern over the size. I mean, the SKX is often people's first watch, and 42.5mm is a lot of watch to wear when you're not used to wearing a watch at all. It's more versatile, right? I mean, 37mm may just be more manageable in certain situations. Maybe you don't want to be wearing a big chunk of metal on your wrist. Maybe you're going for a more subdued look, and 37mm is the right size for you. Which actually brings me to my next point. Maybe you have smaller wrists. Now, I got these big old chunky wrists, and 42.5mm isn't really a problem for me, but some of you guys have normally proportioned bodies, and 37mm may just fit your wrist better, I don't know. Or, to my next point, you may be a girl. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to mention this point because I'm not saying that smaller watches are for girls. In fact, I think just the opposite. You guys know that. I think real men wear small watches, and I'm not trying to say that if you're a girl, you're not allowed to wear 42mm watches. I'm just saying, believe it or not, we do have some female viewers on this channel, and I've heard from them that the Seiko SKX013 is much more appealing to them, and when I think about my own girl, I know for a fact she would never be interested in a 42mm watch. In fact, 37mm may be too big for her as well. But yeah, who knows? If you have daintier wrists, 37mm may be better. And finally, it's something different, okay? A lot of people have the 007s and the 009s at this point, and yeah, I think having a legit diver in 37mm is really cool. Sometimes you just want to rock something a bit uncommon, and hey, kudos to you. But guys, what do I know? Let me know what you think. Is the Seiko SKX013 a better option than the Seiko SKX007? So if you're interested in any of the watches I spoke about today, I'm going to leave links to them in my description so you can pick them up yourself. And if you do end up picking one up, please take a picture of it, send it in to me. I'd love to see how you guys are enjoying them. And of course, guys, I want to thank you so much for subscribing. My subscribers have just skyrocketed, and it's all because of you. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button. It takes 1 second, and it helps me out a ton. And while you're at it, you can click that little bell icon so you do not miss an episode of The Time Teller. There's just so much more awesome content on the way, and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. Guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other watch enthusiasts, other people that you think would enjoy this. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.